Strange things are happening all over the world, and they are not the usual kind of strange. People are witnessing events that cannot be explained, such as rivers suddenly turning red and mysterious creatures appearing out of nowhere. Videos capture these shocking moments, leaving everyone wondering what is really happening. From odd lights in the sky to unexplained sounds, the world is full of surprises that puzzle both scientists and ordinary people. Let's explore some of the most strange and shocking events caught on camera from around the globe. The Blood Red River of Lima. On February 4th, 2025, something strange happened in Lima, Peru. The Rimac River, a vital river for the city, suddenly turned bright red. From above, it looked as if the river had been dyed in blood, flowing right through the heart of the city. People gathered on the bridges, staring in shock and disbelief. Some said it was a curse. Others believed it was a sign of bad things to come. Videos of the Red River quickly spread online, capturing the eerie and terrifying sight of the entire river running red. An environmental expert named Maria Angelica Villasante tried to calm people's fears. She explained that the color probably came from pollution, poisonous substances spilling into the water. Over 30 mines and many drainage pipes release waste into the river. She believed this industrial waste was flowing downstream, turning the river red. But things grew even stranger. Although experts thought the red color came from mining pollution, officials told the public that the river water was still safe to drink. Many locals remained unconvinced. After all, how could water that looked like blood be safe? The terrifying locusts invasion. In late July 2025, something strange and frightening occurred in southern Ukraine, especially in places like Zaporizhia. Huge swarms of locusts filled the sky. There were so many that they looked like dark moving clouds. In just minutes, they devoured all the crops in the fields. The locusts even invaded towns, covering roads and buildings like a thick blanket of wings. Farmers rushed to save what little crops they could. But the swarms were so massive that stopping them was nearly impossible. Now, farmers are racing against time, fighting to prevent even more damage to their crops. Forest anomaly. On August 21st, 2025, something very strange occurred in a forest in China. Millions of silkworms suddenly appeared among the wild trees. People were shocked not only by the vast number, but also because silkworms usually live on farms, not in the wild. In countries like China, silkworms are carefully raised to produce silk and never gather like this in forests. A local resident witnessed the silkworms and recorded a video. They informed the China Wildlife Conservation Association, but experts still do not know why this happened. It remains a mystery. Sandfall. In 2021, someone in Saudi Arabia filmed something strange. It looked like a waterfall, but it wasn't water falling. It was sand. This is called a sandfall. The place is special because, over many years, water carved a deep canyon in the land. Sometimes, when a river flows through again, it pushes sand along with the water, creating the sandfall effect. Far away in a desert, a man found a mysterious well. He heard odd sounds coming from it. Curious and a little scared, he removed the well's cover. Suddenly, loud screams came out. The sounds were frightening and full of fear. Later, near the Euphrates River, the same strange screams were recorded. People were puzzled and scared. Some said the voices were demons screaming from hell. Others believed this was a sign that the end of the world was near. Whatever the truth, those screams remain chilling and mysterious. Unstable Yellowstone Basin. On May 31st, 2025, a surprising event occurred at Black Diamond Pool in Yellowstone's Biscuit Basin. A sudden hydrothermal explosion sent water and rocks high into the air. A nearby tourist captured the entire event on video. This moment was unusual because, just a year earlier, on July 23, 2024, a much larger explosion happened in the exact same spot. That earlier blast was so powerful that it damaged the boardwalk and forced the park to add extra safety measures. These explosions occur when water trapped underground rapidly heats up and turns into steam. As the steam pressure builds, it eventually bursts out with great force. Although this latest explosion was smaller, it surprised many because it happened again in the same place. Now, some people wonder if the Biscuit Basin is becoming more unstable than previously thought. One person who filmed the event said, "When I got my phone ready to record, within seconds, something changed."
When I pulled my phone up and started taking the video, and then within seconds it changed. It became a huge explosion.
It turned into a huge explosion. We even saw rocks flying through the sky.
We saw rocks in the sky.
This is the apocalypse now in Los Angeles, California. Not long ago, something strange happened in the sky over Los Angeles. The sun glowed a bright red, bathing the entire city in a deep crimson light. Everything appeared red, something the people of LA had never seen before. It felt unnatural and shocking. Many people captured it on video, and the clip quickly spread online. Some even said it looked like the world was ending. To this day, that strange red sky remains a rare and amazing natural mystery. The living carpet. On June 27, 2025, something strange happened at Halong Bay, Vietnam. The shore was covered with thousands, maybe millions of tiny creatures called marine cockroaches. These small crustaceans usually live quietly on rocky shores, but that day they seemed to take over the whole area. The shore appeared alive, moving as countless marine cockroaches crawled across the rocks. Their numbers were so vast that the ground looked dark and strange, like a living carpet made of tiny legs. Later, after a storm passed, the same person filmed the scene again. This time, the marine cockroaches were slowly crawling away, disappearing beneath the sand. What made this even stranger was that these creatures usually stay on rocks, far from places like the port. Seeing them so close to the shore and in such huge numbers was a rare and puzzling sight. Earthly phenomenon in southern Taiwan. Early one morning, the people living near Huangyuan Temple were suddenly awakened by a strange and powerful event. On June 26, 2025, just after 5 a.m., the ground in the middle of a farm cracked open. Thick, bubbling mud and methane gas poured out non-stop for almost 11 hours, continuing until late afternoon. Not one, but 4 different vents appeared, spilling mud into the nearby ditches. The mud kept coming in such large amounts that the village chief had to call a backhoe to clear it before any damage could occur. This was not new for the villagers. Over the past 3 years, the Wandan mud volcano has erupted 10 times, with the most recent eruption happening in July 2024. The locals have grown so used to this strange sight that sometimes they even light the methane gas escaping from the vents. The entire event was captured on video by the temple's caretaker, showing the yellow temple building standing quietly in the background while the mud flowed out. Mysterious eruption. On November 11, 2024, the quiet town of San Jose de Mulatos in Neco, Colombia, changed forever. A mud volcano, known as a geyser which had been dormant for a long time, suddenly erupted. Mud shot high into the air with great force, with more than 1,000 metric tons spewing every second. Within minutes, thick, heavy mud spread far and wide, covering nearly 24 acres of land. Nearby families had to leave their homes quickly. They found safety in a nearby school, where help arrived swiftly to support them. The people of Voron Menlitist and the town had never witnessed anything like this before. The geyser had always been thought calm and inactive. No one expected it to erupt, and no one knows what caused this sudden, terrifying event. Bigfoot. For hundreds of years, people in North America have shared stories about Bigfoot. They describe it as a huge, hairy creature that looks like a man but is covered in thick fur. From the tall forests of the Pacific Northwest to the misty swamps of Florida, many have claimed to see Bigfoot. People have found large footprints, recorded blurry videos, and shared stories of close encounters. However, no one has ever found clear proof that Bigfoot is real. Its true nature remains a mystery. Split snowfall. In this clip, heavy snow was falling hard, but only on one side of the bridge. On that side, thick snowflakes covered everything. The other side, however, remained completely clear, not a single flake in the air. The sharp boundary between the two looked strange, like a glitch in a computer, something you wouldn't expect to see in real life. Mysterious CCTV footage. Late at night, on a quiet farm in Iowa, just after 1:30 a.m., something strange happened that nobody could explain. One of the farm's security cameras captured the moment when the field suddenly changed. It looked as if something had dropped onto the ground with great force, leaving a large round mark in the center. The shock from the impact was so powerful that nearby crops disappeared instantly, and many others were severely damaged. But here's the mystery. The video showed nothing falling from the sky. Stuart Turner, the farm owner, said he had never seen anything like it before. Because of this, some people began to believe they were witnessing a real crop circle being made right before their eyes. Weird whirl. In China, a strange event captured everyone's attention. People saw huge, swirling tornado-like shapes spinning high above the trees. Many were shocked and scared, thinking it looked like the world was ending. Several videos showed these eerie twisters, making it feel like a scene from an apocalypse. But later, they discovered it wasn't aliens or anything dangerous. It was actually pollen rising from the trees. Even experts were amazed because they had never seen pollen form such shapes before. No one really knows why it happened. Sailing stones. In Death Valley, California, there is a strange place called Racetrack Playa, where huge rocks, some as heavy as a small car, mysteriously slide across the dry desert ground. No one pushes them, and no animals drag them. Yet these sailing stones leave long tracks behind, as if they move on their own. Scientists believe that a combination of ice, wind, and soft mud helps these stones slowly glide across the land. But no one knows for sure how it happens. Vanishing pelican. In Destin, Florida, someone captured a strange video that made people look twice. At first, it seemed like a normal pelican standing by the water. But upon closer inspection, the bird didn't look quite right. Parts of its body appeared see-through, as if its feathers were fading into thin air. The more you watched, the stranger it felt, almost like the pelican was glitching, as if it came from a video game. People compared it to a game error, but no one could say for sure what it was. It left everyone wondering whether they had just seen something natural or something else breaking apart right before the camera. Mosquito tornadoes. People saw what looked like a nightmare come to life. In the sky, a huge spiral spun and twisted like a tornado. But this was no ordinary storm. The funnel was made entirely of mosquitoes. The swarm was so thick it blocked parts of the sky, curling upward like smoke. Many said it looked like the end of the world, calling it a mosquito tornado. No one had ever seen anything like it before. Things got even worse in Russia. On the Kamchatka Peninsula, the sky showed a strange and frightening sight. Thick columns of mosquitoes twisted and spun upward, so dense they blocked out the sunlight. These mosquito tornadoes moved quickly, sweeping across the coastline. For the people living there, it was more than just scary to watch. The swarms made it almost impossible to step outside without being covered in bugs. This lasted for 2 full days. One brave person even managed to record the swarms during sunset, capturing the dark twisting clouds before they vanished. Scientists explained that this strange event happened during the mosquito mating season. But for those caught beneath the heavy, dark sky, it felt less like science and more like a scene from a terrifying, end-of-the-world movie. Mysterious sky activity. One day in Prague, something strange appeared in the sky. A huge white cube floated high above the city. It slowly rotated, its shiny sides glinting in the sunlight. People on the ground stopped and stared. The cube hung there for almost 5 minutes, remaining very still. No one had ever seen a flying object like it before. Then, suddenly, it disappeared without leaving any trace. Many people pulled out their phones to film it from different spots. They were amazed by how large the cube was. Some thought it might be a special drone or a secret military machine. But others said no plane or drone could move like that. After it vanished, many wondered, did we just see something from another world? Climate change glitch. One summer day, a man was at home. Outside, the front of his house looked warm and bright, just like a perfect summer day. But when he walked to the backyard, everything changed. Snow was falling all around him, as if winter had suddenly arrived. In this single house, 2 seasons were happening at the same time. This strange and unusual scene shocked and amazed everyone who watched the recording. It was as if the man's home stood right between 2 different worlds. Cat mystery. A strange video shows a cat standing motionless in the middle of the road. At first, it seems as though the cat is just taking a short rest. But even when people walk by, the cat remains still. Its eyes don't blink, and it stares straight ahead, as if time has stopped just for it. People nearby watch closely, trying to understand what is wrong, but no one knows. The longer the cat stays frozen, the creepier it feels. Snowfall that defied reality. Inside a small cottage in Ottawa, Canada, something strange was caught on camera that no one could explain. A person was filming inside the room, pointing the camera at the window. Outside, heavy snow was falling hard. But oddly, the snow only appeared in the mirror's reflection. When the camera was turned directly to the window, not a single snowflake could be seen. Everyone in the room was shocked and confused. How could snow be falling so heavily in the mirror but not outside the window? The mystery deepened when someone in the room walked toward the window, clearly visible in the mirror, but still, no snow appeared outside. Some people in the comments suggested it might be a camera angle trick, but if that were true, the reflection wouldn't match perfectly. Plus, that did not explain why everyone inside was so stunned by what they saw. An unbelievable mystery that left everyone saying, "Oh my gosh, oh my God." Strange night sky over Chicago. Something strange appeared in the night sky. The moon didn't look right. It seemed to wobble and shift in a strange way, as if the moment had frozen and then skipped, like a glitch in a video. Those who saw it said the sky looked like it had stuttered, as if a broken part of a film was playing. There were no clouds blocking the view and nothing flying in the sky to explain it. This strange sight sparked many arguments online. Was it just a camera problem? A rare atmospheric effect? Or had they really seen a tear in reality itself? Gravity glitch. In a secret place, something strange happened. A single leaf hung in the air all by itself. It wasn't on a branch, and no one was holding it with a string. It was simply floating there. This was truly odd. A curious woman came closer and reached out her hand to grab the leaf. She held it, but when she let go, the leaf didn't fall. It stayed right there in the air, as if gravity had stopped working that day. People looked closely, but couldn't find any wires or tricks. This mysterious moment made everyone wonder, was it just a clever illusion, or had something strange broken the rules of the world? When dance looks too perfect. During a school play, a group of students moved so perfectly in unison that everyone watching was amazed. Every step and every hand movement happened at the same time, as if they were all following one invisible leader. When April watched the video again, she noticed how strange it looked, like someone had copied the exact same move and pasted it onto each student. What was meant to be an amazing dance instead made people feel uneasy, as if the show had turned into a scene from The Matrix. Mysterious pattern. In 1990, something strange appeared in the Oregon desert. A strange pattern emerged on the dry bed of a lake that had long since dried up. This mystery has puzzled many people. It feels eerie, as if it came from another world. Some conspiracy theorists say aliens created it. Even the military personnel who first saw it were baffled. To this day, no one in charge has explained who made this strange pattern or why. It remains a secret that still haunts the desert. Fairy circles. In the dry grasslands of the Namib desert, strange circles appear on the ground. These circles have no plants inside them, but are surrounded by tall grass all around. People call them fairy circles. They can be as small as 6 feet wide or as large as 30 feet across. Scientists have studied these circles extensively, even using powerful computers to try to understand them. However, no one has found a clear explanation yet. What is even more amazing is that each circle can remain for up to 70 years. In a place as dry and harsh as this desert, these circles endure. This mystery makes the fairy circles a special and puzzling feature of the world's oldest desert. The Hestalen Lights. In the quiet Hestalen Valley in Norway, strange lights have puzzled people for nearly a century. Since the 1930s, glowing orbs have appeared in the sky, sometimes during the day and sometimes at night. They change color and brightness, sometimes zooming across the sky, and other times hanging still as if watching. Many scientists have studied these lights, especially after a special project started in 1983 to understand them better. Yet, even now, no one knows where these mysterious lights come from or why they appear. The Dancing Plague. In 1518, something strange occurred in the town of Strasbourg, which is now part of France. One day, a woman stepped into the street and began to dance wildly. She couldn't stop. Soon, others joined her, and within a month, hundreds of people were dancing without rest. They danced so much that some became very tired or even died from heart attacks. This unusual event is known as the Dancing Plague. People have suggested different explanations. Some say it was a kind of mass fear or madness, while others believe it might have been caused by poison in the food. But no one truly knows why it happened. The disappearance of the crew of the Mary Celeste. In 1872, a ship named the Mary Celeste was discovered drifting alone in the Atlantic Ocean. The ship appeared intact, and all its cargo was still on board. However, something strange had occurred. The crew was missing. No one knew where they had gone. Many theories have been suggested, such as a pirate attack or a powerful storm, but no real evidence has ever been found to explain what happened to the crew. The mystery remains unsolved to this day. Giant's Causeway. In Northern Ireland, there is a strange and amazing place called the Giant's Causeway. It consists of about 40,000 stone columns, all fitting together like puzzle pieces. Long ago, a huge volcano erupted, and this is how the columns were formed. People tell a story about a giant named Finn McCool who built the causeway. But even today, no one knows exactly how the stones took their perfect six-sided shapes. The Giant's Causeway remains a real mystery of nature.